I'm going to talk to you about the power of being selfish. And whenever we hear the word selfish, we think something negative. But sometimes you have to be selfish with your time. Look at it this way. You could be a very generous person, right? Let's say you have, like the Bible uses bread a lot as an example of wealth and feeding people. So let's say you have a basket full of, let's say 100 pieces of bread, right? And you want to be generous and you care about feeding people. You can only give out but so many of those before you have none left for yourself. You have to look at your time the same way. You can't just give away your time, all of your time away. You have to be selfish with your time. Your time also includes your energy, right? So there's a lot of power in saying no. Those are two words we always look at as negative, but they're not always negative, right? You have to say no sometimes in order to have something left for yourself. If you give away too much of your time, you run out of time. You do. You have to be selfish. And a part of being selfish, people don't understand, or people do understand, but they're just afraid to do it. And that's telling people no. So I'm going to help you with that, how to tell people no. The best thing to do when you tell someone no is to first start off with a positive line, then say the negative line. And this is something that I had to do as a manager in a Fortune 500 company, and as a supervisor and as a trainer. You have to tell people no. A good example is someone may come up to me and tell me that they want to go home early. They're not sick, they just don't feel like being there, or they want to go out and do something, or they want to take off the next day. And sometimes you have to say no. And this could be one of your favorite employees that benefit you. Their stats benefit you, and you want to say no. So the best way to do that, you know that them not being there is going to impact your team performance or your metrics. You're looking at the overall. You're looking at the business needs and the customer's needs first. So I would say, you know what? I'll say John, for example. You know what, John? You do an extraordinary job. And I know you need time for yourself. But unfortunately, I really need you in here today. I really need you here tomorrow. And you know what? Maybe you can reschedule, then you'll give me time to plan and we can find a better day for you. You see? You see how I said no, but at the same time, I softened the blow by giving a compliment there. So a lot of you, sometimes you can't say no to your girlfriends, and I'm talking to both men and women. Sometimes women, your female friends want to hang out, and sometimes you don't want to. You rather spend all day with your man. Sometimes you just want to be home. You want to go shopping. You want to watch TV, whatever that is. And sometimes you feel that pressure. And once again, you got to tell your girlfriends, you know, you guys are my girls. I wouldn't be here without you. But I really need this day to myself. Right? You see how that sounds? Or your children. Sometimes some parents are just mean. They tell the children no. And that causes a lot of resentment in your children because you're telling them no. No to what? Or yes to what? So what works for me as a parent is a good example. Is sometimes your children want some things that you just feel that they're not ready for. Right? Like they may want a car, or they may want something maybe like an expensive video game system. And you just don't feel that they're old enough or mature enough to handle that kind of gift. So I would say something like, you know what? I love you with all my heart. And I would love to get that for you. But I don't think you're ready for that right now. But you will be, and we will talk about it. But right now, no. Is there something else I can get you? Or make some suggestion. Always give people two choices. Right? Now you see how you're saying no to people. You're saying no, and you're saying no with power. You're empowering yourself while you're saying no. And it alleviates that guilty feeling a lot of people have after they say no. A lot of people, when they say no, they feel guilty afterwards. And it haunts them. But you won't feel guilty if you follow this method. Always start off once again with a compliment. And then you introduce the rejection. And then you talk about what's an alternative to that. That's the best way to deliver rejection. Right? So I say that to say sometimes there's times when you have to be selfish. And saying no comes with that being selfish. And for you guys out there, don't forget, I've been in this situation. Sometimes you're in a relationship, right? And your girlfriend may want you to do something, may want you to spend money on something, right? That honestly, you may feel like you can't afford it, or you know something else that your money would be best used for than that. You may see no point in that. And what I would say in a situation is, you know what, baby, you know what? I would love for us to go do that. I would love to buy that. And we will. But right now, this is something that I have to do. And I know that you understand that. Don't say I hope you understand, because once you say you hope you understand, you're allowing the person room to now guilt trip you. So you want to say, baby, I know that you understand that. And we will talk about it and give a deadline. Give someone something to work with. That's what I say, the options. Say, you know what, let's talk about this maybe in the next 3 months. That gives you time to prepare yourself for that. Or if that's something you don't want to do altogether, be honest. But say, listen, instead of doing that, why don't we do this? And put it on them. Say, you know what, I think you would look much better in that. I think you would enjoy that. You think you might like that, but trust me, I know so-and-so that did this. You would really enjoy this option. Right? You see how that works out? So I'm going to tell you, it's okay to be selfish, especially with your time. You can't get that back. Time is the one commodity you cannot get back. Ask all the married people out there who married someone that they only woke up and realized years later that they never loved. Or they did it for some stupid reason because the person was financially well off, or she was super beautiful, or they got her pregnant, or their parents pressured them, right? And they can't get that time back. And a lot of them are miserable once they get older because they realize they should have just said no. But they couldn't because they didn't want to hurt their family. They didn't want to hurt the person that they loved, their significant other. That's no way to live. So here I am telling you, it's okay to be selfish sometimes. And use the power of saying no and practice my skill of delivering the word no to people. And you'll find yourself a lot happier when you get to use the word no. Don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.